We sent CBS 13's Nick Janes to Redding to meet one of the leaders of the conspiracy theory.
Dane claims the spraying he says is happening off the coast of California comes with an incredibly severe side effect. The heavy metal particles, he says, are blocking rainfall.
You're talking about weather control.
Yes, we are.
Is that at all plausible? Is it even possible?
Not really. Climate engineering is the greatest single assault on the environment ever launched by humanity, without question.
I would find it more likely, I'm not saying that it's happening, but it's more likely to me that there's like extraterrestrial visits to the Earth than there are things like this happening.
Dane is used to skeptics. He once was one himself.
Talk is cheap for those that haven't investigated. I didn't want to believe this either.
After becoming suspicious, something was partially blocking the sun's energy from reaching his solar home. Dane decided to go public.
I can't not do this. It's the last thing I ever wanted to do. I'm not a political person. I'm not an activist. I'm simply a father that wants his children to have a future.
His cause is gaining more attention. On this night in Redding, more than 1,000 people showed up from all over the country.
My deepest and most sincere gratitude to everyone who has shown the courage to try to discover what the truth is. Because we're certainly not being told the truth. And we live in a society that has so far been run by tyrants and cowards who serve them. What is climate engineering? Climate engineering is the epitome of human insanity. It's the epitome of human arrogance, superseding all other forms of tyranny so far. Geoengineering is the biggest elephant in the room. It's the most cataclysmic undertaking of the human race yet, superseding all other assaults on the environment. That's about as unnormal as it gets. And we live under toxic skies. Our children live under toxic skies every single day. Anybody who thinks that sky is normal needs a serious reality check. I can't tolerate life like that. I would rather go down to my last breath sounding the alarm than to accept life under toxic skies. 4 photographs, 3 of heavily geoengineered skies, aerosolized skies, 1 untainted picture. How many of us even remember what such a sky looks like? It's so seldom we have lost track. These programs have been occurring for 65 years. How can they get away with this? Because we're letting them get away. Because we're on our iPhones, watching football games, and that reality will not continue much longer. It's important to understand that the greatest lie ever perpetrated on the human race is the lie of the condensation trail. By design, that engine is nearly incapable of producing any condensation trail except under the most extreme circumstances, which very rarely exist. Watch here. You have a C-17 Globemaster and an AWAC. Watch. One aircraft just turned off. Spray trail stopped right there. Keep watching. There's the aircraft. No spray coming out. Nothing. Keep watching. Frame will change. There it is. Just turned on. Are you telling me that's condensation? Absolutely not. When you walk down the road on a cold day, which we don't have much of anymore, and your breath condenses, do you walk down the road a mile and look behind and see a cloud hanging behind you? No, you don't. What do aerosolized microwave clouds look like? That's what they look like. And we have the meteorological community telling us this is normal. We have meteorologists now reading scripts. That's all they do. This is the society we live in. These clouds, as you see, are aerosolized with electrically conductive nanoparticulates that can be manipulated when exposed to radio frequencies that can cause them to repel each other. The whole ecosystem is dying right now. The marine ecosystem is dying right now. We have the largest red tides ever observed from Baja to Alaska. We have fisheries shut down. We've had 10 to 15,000 seals wash up on the shores dead. Whales threatened by metals in water, toxic metals, specifically aluminum. It's not just in the water, they're breathing it. This image is to make this point. You cannot hide from these programs. We are literally being herded off a cliff right now, every single one of us from every direction. We have to check our reality. We have to make our voices heard. The bees are collapsing. They're completely collapsing. This year is worse than any other year. They're dying in the summer now, not just the winter. They are collapsing. All the pollinators are collapsing.
Aluminum is very abundant in the environment, yes. But it does not exist in the environment in free form. It doesn't exist in free form. It must be mined and refined and sprayed for it to be scattered everywhere in the environment, and that's exactly what's happening. It's not just the bees that are dying. Every single one of us is being contaminated. These materials are bioavailable. They're building up in our systems, and it doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. It doesn't matter. It's a fact. We have the lab test to prove it. Species extinction. You see the escalation. To be clear, right now, species extinction rates are 200 to 300 species of plant, animal, and insect a day going extinct. We are statistically in the 6th great mass extinction right now in the last 40 years. The point is, all you have to do is look up. It's all you have to do, and you can see that what's going on is clearly not normal. We can bring this issue to light, and all we have to do is put a crack in the dam. That's all. We don't have to dismantle the dam. All we have to do is put a crack in it, and they will not be able to stop the flow.